Remember, this entire manga and every manga on this channel is hand-drawn by myself, and now you too can learn exactly how to make your own viral Dragon Ball mangas at www.makemanga.com, where you can learn directly from me. My mangas have got me on TV, on newspapers, and even earned me over $60,000 a month on Patreon alone. And now, you can click the link in the description and pinned comment of this video and do it yourself. You only need to see the website to see just how many thousands of you are taking this opportunity right now. And don't forget also, the next video to this Ultra Vegito series has already been made and is live now on my Patreon right now for over 4,500 of you incredible fans to watch after this. Again, links are in the pinned comment and description. Enjoy.
He's mine! He's my kill! Kakarot! Goku! So our story continues with Goku standing tall, facing the royal demon god Dante, the murderer of his second-born son, Goten, leaving the legendary Saiyan not only in tears streaming down his face, but also in a shock reveal with the demonic red seraphim eyes. The first time ever appearing on Goku, even back when they were still in Vegito. As understandably, not only Vegeta, but Trunks too, would stare in complete shock at the change. Goku! Those eyes! How the hell do you have them too? Only Vegito should have them. Unless, when I said the remnants of Lucifer that were left in me might also be in Vegito, they actually could just be in Goku! But back to our hero Goku. He would turn back briefly to Goten's lifeless body. A silence in the air until... With a sudden grunt, the crimson red of Goku's eyes would flash bright for a moment, sending a strange energy through the air, ultimately resulting in a random explosion on the ground right next to his son's body, but of course, not harming him anymore. What is Son Goku doing now? As even Dante, patiently waiting, watching Goku's odd movements, would be at a loss for words. But regardless, Goku would continue walking forward, now towards Goten, bending down and grabbing his son's corpse, before standing up, now lifting him in the air. And before long, as he would then place the young child's body into the hole created by his earlier eye technique, he would be telling us that he had created a makeshift grave. And as Goku would bend down, looking over his son, making sure he was placed comfortably, he would continue to let loose tears as he would say finally, "I'll come back for you when this is all over, son. When Lucifer is finally gone. When we're finally free of this nightmare. I promise you, I'll bring you back to a safer world." A funeral? Where do you think you are, Son Goku? This is a battleground, fool! But Dante, now realizing how much of a liberty Goku would be taking, using his time as he pleased, would now grow angered, impatient with time before... You will not waste my time like this, mortal! As immediately powering up a ball of energy within his palm, Dante would ready himself to completely ruin the moment. You've done enough! But suddenly turning his sights to Dante now, and again flashing his red seraphim in the exact same way as last time, but this time aimed right at the rolled demonic guard. How did you? As unbelievably, in response, Dante's own energy would explode on seemingly Goku's command, right in front of the guard, and seemingly leaving him to feel the full force and damage of his own power. God Killer! As left gripping onto his wrist now, staring at it as it continues to smoke away, he would angrily address Goku and yell, "For that, you will be the first to die! Mark my words! A little low-level demonic power, and you think you can wield mine? We'll see about that, Son Goku." Kakarot! But Vegeta, watching on as all this happens, would just be left open-mouthed, not having seen Goku move with such confidence or ability in such a long while, as he would internally wonder, When did you get that ability too, Kakarot? It doesn't make sense! What doesn't make sense, Vegeta? But as if reading Vegeta's mind, Goku would turn back, now walking towards Vegeta and the others, leaving the prince perplexed. But as Goku would walk past Vegeta, now with confidence and conviction, it's here, he would say something more shocking, as he would nonchalantly let out, "You know, for the first time, you actually got my name right." What? As revealing now his transition to Kakarot, the true Saiyan version of Goku would finally be unleashed. And with that, Goku would now stand ahead of everyone, facing Dante head on. And with a cold stare, he would finally talk to his son's killer, saying, "Another demon, I'm guessing? You look a little different to the others. I'd say you look stronger, but it takes a weak man to pick on a child. Just know, it's my turn to pick on you now. And I'm not going to make this quick." Pick on me? Now that's a first. But on hearing this, Dante would just laugh confidently. Having dispatched 2 Saiyans already, the third would be no problem, as he would continue, "Do not be ridiculous, Son Goku. You are nothing more to me than just a larger version of your son, and a mildly younger version of that fool who claimed to be your father too. And we both know how they ended up." Huh? My father? But Goku, having not realized yet there was another dead family member on the field, would just react in confusion. Oh, I guess you weren't able to notice the poor fool. Look over there. As Dante, callously pointing Goku in the right direction, would send Goku to look. No! But Bardock! And as Goku would immediately turn his head with speed, seeing the second dead body in the distance, he would know exactly who it was. As zooming in, Bardock's skeleton-bared corpse would be left rotting away, still covered in fresh wet blood, the second of his own blood to have died to his opponent. You monster! I won't let you get away with this! Leaving Goku's tears to shockingly return, but most prominently, his rage to build even more, all culminating into I won't let you live! In an explosion of fiery red aura, almost like a Kaioken, but far more demonic and concentrated, Goku, aka Kakarot, would let loose everything, unleashing an aura of power he hadn't had to in a while, as he would finish his famous line with a deadly threat, all while Dante would watch on unflinchingly. I'm going to kill you! I'm going to make you pay for it all! As gritting his teeth like a beast, as his eyes would now forcibly shine bright red, Goku would appear from his blinding aura, with now his rage being what was blinding. What happened to you, Kakarot? Is this really you? And continuing to be stunned as the debris and wind would be moving far past him, it wouldn't be the energy that would be stunning Vegeta, but the change in Goku's mannerism. Never before had he seen this side to Goku. Not against Frieza, not against him, not even against the Grand Priest. That's it. Show me who you really are, God Killer. Show me why I should be sorry for what I've done. I'm sure Lord Lucif will be pleased to have a trophy that fought till the end. But regardless of whatever light show would be before him, the Royal Guard would just be accepting completely, his own confidence being scarily off the scale. Confident or not, however, Goku's rage would not be subsiding anytime soon, as shooting off instantly with his hand out, Goku would be on the move for Dante. And Dante, not underestimating Goku, unlike he did with the others, would join him instantly. He too, flying forward, coated in an aura with speed to meet at a deadlock. And at equal speed in the very next scene, both Goku and Dante would be seen, flying at high intensity, they almost looked like they were just about to crash head on. But as we would get a better picture of them approaching, we'd see that both would already have their fists pulled back. And once they would launch them out, they would be in literal touching distance, about to make contact until... just at the last second, to Dante's surprise, Goku would completely vanish, leaving the guard to miss entirely and be completely vulnerable. Where did he go? This is just like what his father did. Leaving Dante now clueless, in a panic, turning side to side, wondering where Goku could have gone. But little would he know, he would soon find out. As in an instant, reappearing with full velocity from above, Goku would come crashing down, with an elbow directly onto the neck of Dante, striking at his spinal cord with precision. My body! This perfect strike rendering the Royal Demon Guard paralyzed momentarily, as his entire mind would begin to shudder, and even he would comment on his inability to move. Ultimately, the strike, however, would send his rock-solid heavy body pummeling to the ground for a grand crash landing. But quickly groaning, of course still conscious, Dante, now on his back, would be seen ready to struggle back up, grunting away. So, you're a little faster and a little stronger than the other two. Big deal. All that means is I need to... What? But before Dante could even get up on one knee, as his eyes would peer above, he would realize his suffering was still far from over. As up above, now just about to make impact, Goku would be shooting down like an asteroid, double-footed, ready to impact straight on the fallen guard with no mercy. The collision being both violent and cataclysmic, as almost instantly a giant crater would form around the back of Dante, with Goku's extended legs pushing deeper and deeper. I'm not done yet, you monster! Mortal, stop! But with his eyes continuing to glare brighter and brighter, Goku's rage would only drive him to go even beyond, much to the pain of Dante, who cannot quite believe just the difference in power he would be experiencing compared to the others. Die! As when we would zoom out, Goku's force would be so strong, like a drill, it would be penetrating through the floor. Dante would be forcefully dug deeper underground. And with such speed, soon we wouldn't even be able to see them. Just an even longer perfect straight line down, with seemingly no end in sight. This is where I'll bury you! Somewhere you can't hurt anyone ever again! Fool! Where are you taking me? The next scene showing Goku still in full control is rather helpless. Dante would be in complete confusion at just how fast and far he'd be traveling. But back outside, of course, future Trunks, Kid Trunks and Vegeta would just be waiting patiently, watching as the newfound version of Goku would annihilate this demon. But unconvinced, Trunks would fold his arms and let out, Goku's gotten pretty strong. I've never seen him fight so ferociously, but I can't help but think his opponent is going down way too easily right now. You know, he's supposed to be Lucif's royal guard. What did you say, kid? As Vegeta, hearing this, would be surprised to say the least. Of course, never having actually seen when these guards were formed or knowing anything about them. But Trunks, continuing on, would then explain, yes, father, this guy is no ordinary demon, not a demon king, and not even a demon emperor. He's way beyond them. Back then, when Lucif successfully merged the realms and arrived to meet me, he was there, along with his twin brother. I didn't get to fight him, but to stand by Lucif's side, you just know there had to be power that was something else. Just like Z and S were to Zeno. You've got to be kidding! Lucif has those too! Leaving Vegeta at first panicked, but soon enough, he would at least then continue, we're lucky they aren't too outrageous. I'd say he's probably not too much stronger than GT, and Kakarot can definitely handle that. But Trunks, hearing this, with a colder look, would then have bad news, as he would soon reveal... No, father. I fought GT too. I'm afraid these guys will be on an entirely different level. But regardless of Trunks' warnings, back with Dante, things wouldn't exactly be looking good for him, as he would finally fall onto the ground with a crash, now alone without Goku, and mysteriously within an underground cave. What a ride! I haven't experienced something like that since I was a child, Son Goku. But despite his traumatic trip through a planet itself, the Royal Demon Guard would still find himself already about to get up. As in the distance, the name he spoke of, Son Goku, would land with a thud waiting for him. And standing now with his hand on his hip, utterly unfazed and untouched, Goku would look to the still rising demon and say, You know, if you were anybody else, I'd have told you to give up now, to change your ways, and I'd let you live. But for you, that option doesn't exist. Change my ways? Who exactly do you think you're talking to? I stand above even demon emperors. Do you really have any idea what that means, you fool? Enough talk. If you truly believe I am so beaten already, try hitting me again. I dare you. Triggering Goku, who annoyed all his efforts weren't causing the suffering he intended as revenge, would now grit his teeth and tighten his fists before... Shooting forward to do as Dante requested, Goku would move with insane speed. So fast, he would begin appearing nothing more than a blur of orange and blue colors merging together. And before long, coming straight to the Royal Guard skull would be a leg outstretched and coming at the same insane intensity, ready to kick it off its perch. But unfortunately, just as it would make contact, Dante's arm would somehow move even faster and block it completely. Not unmoved in the slightest, not even a shudder, as confidently, with the demonic pressure around him, he would then let out 10%. Huh? 10 what now? How the hell did you stop that? As Goku, not having any idea of who he was facing, his abilities, nor just how much he was holding back, would just reel back in shock. But when his leg would suddenly be grabbed soon after, he'd know the surprises were only just beginning. As with a powerful toss, Goku would then be thrown across the cavernous battlefield, slamming into a jagged rock face. Before finding himself already face to face with Dante, already about to attack once more, his fist coated in a dark demonic energy, ready to get payback. But as his oversized fist would crash in where Goku was supposed to be, all he would meet is rubble. As to his side, the foot of Goku would be seen escaping at the last second. with our hero landing in the back swiftly before turning and commenting, "So, you've got more to show me. Good. Like I said, I want your pain to last as long as possible." As now both standing to face each other, Goku would already be in fighting stance, as Dante would confidently let out, "I'm sure even a primitive species like you can tell from 10% there's still a ways to go before you truly see what I'm capable of. But Son Goku, if my eyes don't deceive me, you don't seem to be too fazed by the possibility of my power rising from here. Why is that?" As Goku, not budging from his cold stare, would just reply, "You'll just have to wait and see, won't you? But you'd have to be pretty stupid to think this is as far as I can go too." As just like that, with their words exchanged, both warriors would jump instantly to continue their battle. With their first trade immediately striking both of their elbows onto one another with equal power until Dante's next punch, even with his new increase in power, would completely miss, as Goku would perfectly just move his head backwards. Before ultimately grabbing onto the fist, staring right into Dante's face in silence for a moment before... In a ferocious counter-strike, Goku would push away the fist and instantly slam Dante's body with a flurry of punches that all impact with insane speed. So fast, you could barely see Goku's arms extend and retract. It's happening again! And as Dante would feel this impact, the sheer volume this time would render Dante paralyzed yet again, his body just taking hit after hit, unable to block. But soon enough, Goku would put him out of his misery, jumping up and slamming a finisher kick right on Dante's chin, knocking him back instantly in a daze. As with a loud crash across this giant cave, Dante would be sent for a perilous course to collision. Time to really bring the pain! But not finished in the slightest, Goku would then mysteriously begin powering up in his palm, a ball of energy. But not just any, as all around it, pure orange lightning would rotate with speed, spontaneously bolting all around until... Nimbus Thunder! As now unleashing an all-new technique, like Raiden himself, Goku would blast out a raging blast of pure thunder, named after the cloud which was his flying Nimbus. Its power would be truly radical, exploding down the distance at the speed of light, illuminating the entire cave in the process. All while the targeted royal guard would be seen completely enveloped, electrocuted instantly, as his scream would be heard even from outside the underground cave he was in. Eventually, just leaving a cloud of charred smoke rising in the distance. And within it, the clearly damaged and agonizing groans of the royal guard would begin to moan out. So, This is the power of Lucif's former host.
As finally revealing himself, the power of Goku's new thunderous technique would be clear. As burnt all over and still smoking, Dante would stand near trembling in a defeated state until
25%.
Until with the call of a now quarter of his power, it would seem the Roll Guard would finally begin to show a taste of what his real power was, suddenly being encompassed in a blast of raging aura as he would claw his hands, looking to the ceiling as if calling on Lucif's power itself.
Whatever you had to show, Son Goku, it will mean nothing now. All of you, die here!
As with Dante now being lost into the light of his own aura, a giant fluxing aura would be visible right in front of Goku. And at first, it would seem stable, but then it would only just be the beginning. As roaring even louder, his aura would spread like wildfire. He said 25%! Shouldn't that just be 2.5 times stronger than before? Why does it feel like so much more? And with the speed of Dante's transformation and increase in power, it wouldn't be long before Goku too would find himself coddled within the aura that is now trapped within the cave. But with that much energy entrapped, it would only be a matter of time before it would all spill out, exploding out of the ground onto the surface, creating a much larger hole than what was initially created. It would be a miracle the planet was even still intact.
What's happening?
As of course, the unsuspecting Vegeta, Kid Trunks, and Future Trunks would be left stunned instantly by the turn of events, and at the power they were now sensing. But out of the hole, seemingly just about escaping the wrath of Dante's energy, Goku would emerge jumping straight out.
Kakarot!
Landing right in front of Vegeta safely, before with an angry scowl, he would remark, "This guy isn't anything like the others. What kind of demon is he if he isn't an emperor? If more of these guys exist, I don't know if we'll even have a chance against Lucif."
Calm down, Kakarot!
But from behind, Vegeta would put a stop to Goku's premature panic, looking to our hero and explaining,
Kakarot, this isn't just another demon lackey. This is one of Lucif's royal guards, just like Z and S were to Zeno. I don't need to tell you, but be careful.
What? He's Lucif's guard? Immediately spiking Goku's curiosity and potentially fear as he suddenly realizes the scale of the battle he was now involved in. But Trunks would then interject with his fist raised, and suddenly his own red seraphim activated. That's right, Goku, but with the three of us, we can take him out easily. Even just me and you, 2 red seraphims. Lucif could be a much easier fight without one of his right-hand men. But Goku, just smirking away, would have completely different ideas, as he would reply, "Thanks for the offer, but now I want to finish this guy off even more. I never realized how close to the endgame we actually were. This guy,
is going to actually finally be a challenge. I can't wait. Leaving Trunks to awkwardly just back down as he would respond disappointed. I know that look. The same one Father had against Cell. I won't be able to convince you otherwise. So good luck, Goku. But meanwhile, emerging out of the blast of aura, a dark silhouette of a figure would appear to rise. His recognizable black boots making contact with the ground divinely, before showing Dante back completely blemishless, his body beaming with energy as he would address Goku saying, Son Goku, why leave so quickly? I was enjoying that intimate space of ours. Really? Well, things are about to get a whole lot more intense out here anyway. I'm sure you won't be disappointed. As strutting forward unintimidated, while his black hair would begin to rise up, Goku would approach Dante, now standing with a trail of dead trees, all changed from just his demonic presence alone. And as the two would stand to face each other, Goku's hair would now stand up in full. On his side, the trees still vibrant, while only death would remain on Dante's. As the royal guard would then say, So, you two have something to show me, just as you said. But the real question is, are you truly prepared to meet with your son? To which Goku, ever confident, would respond, Am I ready to meet Goten? No, not yet. After all, I still need to get rid of you and Lucif before I can bring him back. As suddenly, he would rip his top off. Unbelievably, in the middle of his torso would be a blood-red triangle. The same one seen on both Vegito and Dai when they were both taken over by Lucif. Huh? What's that? Wait, it can't be! Kakarot! That's... As both Trunks and Vegeta now would be left completely shocked, never expecting to see this symbol again, let alone on Goku. Immediately Vegeta would think back. That symbol! The reverse of what the Grand Priest had! Vegito had that in his final form! How the hell has Kakarot got it now? And speak of the devil, or should I say the Demon Emperor of Sector 2, Ultra Vegito would then be seen in the next panel, suddenly sensing something from within. What's happening? As in a sudden twist, grabbing at his chest, in mysteriously the exact same position, Goku's crimson triangle would appear. His body would hunch over in pain. This new sector, he must be doing something to me. But why? Why does it look so damn familiar? As finally now showing us Vegito in Sector 1, his journey to the final Emperor had begun. Now, down a mysterious hallway with pillars across each side, only the unknown would await the God Killer. But that was it for today's video, guys, and if you made it this far, leave me a hashtag Dante in the comments down below and let me know just how and why Goku has attained the same form as Lucif Vegito.
Or just find out what happens right now on my Patreon, where you can see the full next video, fully voice acted, soundtracked, and edited for you to enjoy with over 4,500 plus other fans, as well as getting access to 250 plus other fan mangas too. It's the deal of the century.